Tell us about yourself and how did you come up with the concept?
Well, I'm very an enthusiastic person. I like to make things for myself. That even includes operating systems. If it means making one from scratch, like Linux from scratch, I will do it if I need something from it, tailored to my needs. So, why did I design this tool and what is this tool? Everyone, I presume everyone in this audience should be conversant with a term called metasploitable. It is left broken so that students and professionals themselves are able to break it, fix in a very safe manner and without consequence. So in all three steps, there are going to be skills that are there elsewhere. So metasploitable is always the same. Yes, once in a while they do release updates, but it's always the same thing. And if you finish one module, it becomes irrelevant the next steps. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I make an image that is always dynamic, that can change, suit everyone's needs? Because metasploitable is hard to be honest. It's not something that you just give a rookie. I came up with this tool to be able to help those individuals to be able to come up with the environments that can practice penetration testing.
That's interesting. Let me try to digest it for a layman. Exploitable is just a playground for people who want to learn how to hack. So it's like already a machine, virtual machine, yeah, which you placed into your computer through maybe VMware or VirtualBox. Those are virtualization softwares. Then the user is able to perform different attacks. So you'll get your curly on one side, you put metasploitable on the other side, and you try to perform an attack. And at the end of the day, it's just supposed to help you improve your skills and all that. Hello and welcome to the Cyber Weekly. The Cyber Weekly is a podcast which talks about cybersecurity. This is a new setup. As you can see, we have an in-person guest. Welcome.
Hi, nice to meet you, sir. That would be very helpful to be here.
First of all, how did you come up with the concept? No, actually, before all that, Imran is one of those talented young people out there in terms of cybersecurity. He has been around for quite some time in terms of education. He's done with his studies. Now he's ready to rumble with the world, apparently. Tell us about yourself and how you came up with it.
Exactly. First things first, I'll introduce myself. Like you said, my name is Imran. I'm a final-year student, finished, but I'm a final-year student in cybersecurity and networking. Well, I'm very an enthusiastic person. I like to make things for myself. That even includes operating systems. If it means making one from scratch, like Linux from scratch, I will do it if I need something from it, tailored to my needs. So why did I design this tool and what is this tool? Everyone, I presume everyone in this audience should be conversant with a term called metasploitable. It is left broken so that students and professionals themselves are able to break it, fix in a very safe manner and without consequence. So in all three steps, there are going to be skills that are there elsewhere. So metasploitable is always the same. Yes, once in a while they do release updates, but it's always the same thing. And if you finish one module, it becomes irrelevant the next steps. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I make an image that is always dynamic, that can change, suit everyone's needs? Because metasploitable is hard to be honest. It's not something that you just give a rookie and they try to break it. I came up with this tool to be able to help those individuals to be able to come up with to be able to cut environments that can practice penetration testing.
That's interesting. I'll walk us through. Okay, let me try to digest it for a layman. Exploitable is just a playground for people who want to learn how to hack. So it's like already a machine, virtual machine, yeah, which you placed into your computer through maybe VMware or VirtualBox. Those are virtualization softwares. Then the user is able to perform different attacks. So you'll get your curly on one side, you put Metasploitable on the other side, and you try to perform an attack. And at the end of the day, it's just supposed to help you improve your skills and all that. So what he's saying is, it is not easy to use Metasploitable as compared to what is selling in HOTS. We are not sure yet. Yes. So yes, Imran, walk us through. So for starters, show us your GitHub of the application, how someone can easily get started, and then you walk us through the whole process.
All right, but before you do that, I'd like to tell you the architecture of the application itself. It will make it quite easy to understand.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, this application is divided in 4 layers. One being the URL, the one that you're going to be seeing.
User interface.
The user interface.
Yeah.
Then the other one, I'll usually like calling it the middleware. It's where I built my in-house Atlas API. So this API exposes multiple methods for a front end and able to configure your back end. The result tasks such as image conversion, the sort of session management, and many other processes. Every single button you see on the URL is exposed to this Atlas API and this middleware. Then we have the virtualization layer. This is where I used the open source Kindle virtualizer. I'm sure people that are interactive with Proxmox servers are not used. Be something familiar with Kindle source hypervisor. I use it because one, it's free and it delivers everything that I want. This one is the export layer. This one was the trickiest because this image, many people have different hypervisors they use. So sorry, virtualization memory systems. I will not make a specific image that is going to be working on Chem. Not everyone uses Chem. Chem was its simulations. So the image that is ready is able to be which are Chem later. So that comprises of all the 4 layers that Atlas uses.
Okay, that's interesting. So walk us through.
All right.
The entertaining things.
All right. Let me share this.
Share.
Attention to the screen. I'll share I'll leave my GitHub repo with Mr. Are you allowed to share your number? It's anonymous.
Everyone knows my name.
I'll leave it to Mr. Elos and he will be able to share it with everyone.
Yeah. But it will be in the show notes, so don't worry about it. So check your show notes, you should see it. It should be among the things there.
So I categorize the installation of this tool in basically 5 steps. It is as easy as it can get. 1, you copy the code. 2, you con the GitHub account. 3, change directly to the account. 4, install the environments. 5, they're going to say 5. 5, make a virtual environment. So even if you did catch that, it's well displayed inside the README file.
So you documented it,
everything.
Okay. Why did you call it Atlas N7? There's an interesting thing there.
So Atlas was it is straightforward. There is no sci-fi reason as to why it's called Atlas. I did geography in my high school, so no, we always refer to Harry Atlas as Algebra. So I decided to call it Atlas. Then M7, the World Cup season. I don't know which, but
I am a god.
But I really like Cristiano Ronaldo. So this was just a more cameo.
Okay.
So this is the user interface. This is just a review, so don't worry about the interface itself. So this is the README file going to direct you on how to run the tool. Literally, like I say, it's kind of light, but 4 steps. 1, you got the repository, but let's walk through it together. 1, you're going to come and copy the Git. They're just commands. You'll just copy and paste them in your CMD. That is how simple it is to run this tool. Since it's already existing, I'm going to change into that directory. Step is to create a virtual environment. I'm going to elaborate more on this virtual environment thing because it was more of a safety issue. So that no command is able to escape and interact with your actual device, ensuring that your device stays safe and protected by at all times. Self-healing network, it's a fault, and use any form of automation to bring it out itself. Compressing of machine learning and agents.
So you're just creating an EDR.
Something like that.
Okay, interesting. Something like that. That really encompasses exactly what you're trying to say. Does it do it only on the endpoint agent? Or?
No, so I was trying to use Debian.
Was it just on the machine itself or everywhere?
Yeah, I was trying to host it on the machine. And then the last step we have is to install all the requirements.
The demo codes have attacked you. Yeah, the demo code is basically it's a joke that whenever you're having a demo, there is always something which fails.
But I already have the requirements written. So please just bear with me and I run the code.
Yeah, we should imagine the rest works.
The requirements will work very well. Someone else is trading about.
Let's do that.
So when you're completely done, you should be introduced to a command that will, it's a Python command, basically just running this N7 Atlas N7 is common script, Python just 5. So immediately once it runs, it will display a very interesting animation sequence. Let me show you, because it's one of my most favorite things about this tool I developed. And when you continue to read the rig file and further moving, you realize that you can make an exe file, because I also included in a build getter and the Atlas N7 and compile it to one exe file with all the icons and everything. So you won't have to go through every actual step of creating the environment and everything. So please fix your eyes on that. A very good work of method. I'll also explain. If you are very cognizant, if you are very observant in the entire running of this tool, you should have seen a lot of HTML and CSS. So why is it able to run this way that it weren't going to the web browser? Well, it is interesting. I use something called Python View. So instead of the HTML and CSS running in a native web browser, they're running in a native desktop. Okay. So basically, this is it. Then for the starting animation, so I created a video with a start frame of white with the end frame of blue. Then I got that video and split it into frames, into a sequence of 20 frames per second. It created up to 120 images. But then I got those images and stacked them up into another video. But this time around, I'm playing them at 30 frames per second. So it is a video, but I can run it as an animation. So that is why you are able to see that form of animation style. It's what these ones will developers use to create those static animations. Have to try it out. So let me walk you through how the interface looks like. On the extreme left, right, depending on the person you are.
Okay, sir.
It's what we have our island. Then this is our this is our canvas. Then this is the top ribbon. On the island, you will be introduced to the modules themselves, the modules that will be added to the image. And we have two types of them. We have the LAMP and proprietary equivalents. The way this tool works, you put in an image, apply a module, run it. All that's on the pages are adding in as videos. The type of image you install, any type of event can be installed here, but I highly advise people to use Debian because it's what I have spent multiple hours trying to test. And in transfer, I've tried Kali, but I'm sorry it's bringing up some funny bugs. but Ubuntu and Debian will always run code. Now, you will not be able to import in any image at the random like an ISO file. No, my tool React mostly works with a .over file and a .image file, .img file. If you have ever installed Califrog, if ever installed Califrog on VMware, from the VMware site, you know that you just click on the image and it runs immediately without you having to install, have to set up the host name and what have you on that.
Imran, I'd like to first talk you there. I would prefer if people get to know the application, see how it is working, not to give us all the trade-offs and what works and what doesn't work. People first see, then you tell us this works, this doesn't work, this is still in progress. You get my point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to import in one module for the concept of time. Okay. It's not too, it's not too lengthy, but for the concept of time, I'm going to install in one module. Well, there are two types of modules. Let me begin with that. Let me just clear that. We have the lab modules and we have provisioning modules. Lab modules make the image weak, and then provisioning modules make the image strong. I hope it's useless. Now, the module I'm going to introduce is with student password. The password is not necessary, but in case you are a teacher and you create this image, the students will not be able to use the password. It's password on the So it's the role of the students to come and try their database to hack it and using any what they call hash files. That's yeah. Then let me bring and then also importing the command out. While the image is importing, I am going to talk about the steps going to happen. Yeah, the steps are going to happen.
So why do you need an image? What? Why do you need an image?
It is the backbone of it is an operating system.
Okay, so you set up this weak password, then you connect it to the machine which you're going to use for testing. Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
So once you connect, what's the next thing that happens?
Once you connect, it will give you an option of running. But now, I haven't designed this tool to run multiple instances. I had to another instance that was working in the background for the concept of time. So this Debian image is the same one I clicked the other side, but it's already in the buffer. So it will assume that the image is already there. So basically that's it. It will launch a kernel instance and it will give you this image and ready for how. So let's try it. Student and password is password 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Now the confusing thing is where is the learning parts? Because you say that someone will want to learn. So now if I want to test out one of the Arduino,
yes,
one of the word lists to get that, how do I do it?
One at the end was necessarily this is for the teachers mostly and home labbers, those enthusiasts. If I have made this image, I'm going to export it into and maybe expose one of its ports for hacking. So I can easily be able to pipe in those vulnerabilities. Pipe in those scripts. I'm going to try to build this. The same way metasploitable is. This is not metasploitable, but a dynamic metasploitable.
So the question is, so this is the machine which is running. Is there any other machine?
Yes, you can, but as one of this machine right now, this is a normal desktop thing. It's not the same as the big one I have there.
But so yes, set it out. This virtual machine, which is metasploitable, this hackable Atlas, and mine, which I'm using.
Well, that's the next thing. The setting up this image comes with an IP address itself.
Okay.
You didn't see it, but the moment it starts up, it's assigned an IP address. If you wanted to connect to it, You could also export the image into another hypervisor or sandbox and whatever you know. So it is making a VM just like any other, so just like the other script of a wood. It's the same thing with this tool. And the beauty of this tool is that it increases on its when its strength will increase in time. Because the way I designed this tool is that any user can import in their own scripts. Why do I have to say? Let me show you. You have the option of adding.
I was noticing you're using too much English to explain something you'd have shown me.
It is right here. Create custom view. You can create any. At this point, the sky is your limit. If I wanted to create a script that is going to be able to, let's say, plant flags, like CTF flags, this can also be used by CTF organizers. I'll make my script. The scripts are very simple because any person that does mob scripting will be able to. So you can be able to make the scripts themselves.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if it is possible, if time can allow, you can use the beefier one to show us the whole process, because I'm sure the viewers want to see exactly how.
Well, I did not tell you why. If you know the nature of that place, you have to see the because you're dealing with very confidential information, very high, very critical if you're strong and what have you. So we would not want, don't get me wrong, it's very cool. Versions of the cybersecurity team was deployed to. But I feel like we would have that. So I designed this tool to try to emulate that type of environment. In case there was a vulnerable VM that I could have, basically, that is why I designed this tool. So how is it going to help someone out? I believe it will be able to help you to practice, because there are this idea such as privilege escalation. So if you can set up and leave alone this from my setup, if you are to try privilege escalation and apply it to this image, this image is also in the assets of the GitHub repo. You can do. But if you were to get if you are able to apply privilege escalation, I believe you will not be able to try to guess you have to do the actual privilege escalation and get the final CTF flag in. And mind you, at every mod you add, there is always a CTF flag to.
Please be sure to know.
Yes.
Yeah, to give reviews to this man's work. It's great work, and yes, it has forced me to look at a bigger picture of how best to improve my education in terms of cybersecurity, and also try out the tool itself as a whole. Thank you, Imran. I'm sure the people out there will come and check it out. And the final words, thoughts?
Same. Yeah, employers.
Yeah. It's a cry for employment.
My final thoughts are, if something doesn't work for you, make your own. That's my policy. And I hope maybe it add on to some. But yeah, my policy.
Yeah, true. FYI, they couldn't give you access because you're an intern.
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's very risky to give people such access when they just come in, even if they would have wanted to give you. Maybe the other thing they can give you is just guide you on some things, but otherwise it's tricky to give an intern just to, yeah. So it's that's why, not that they did like you. Yeah, even if it were me, I would feel like, you guy, first chill, first finish, because yeah, there are a lot of liabilities involved. But I'm sure this is a very good concept, and resting on this, share it with the world, like the way you're doing right now, and many people check it out, and you never know. Yes. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you all for coming on the show. See you all in the next episode.